And of course, please remain standing for an opening prayer following the national anthem.
Heavenly Father, Creator of all the nations and peoples, we gather today in gratitude for your guidance, wisdom, and grace. Bless this moment as we come together for the distribution of certificates of comfort, a symbol of hope, security, and new beginnings for the families we serve. We thank you for the Land Settlement Agency and the government for its mission to uplift communities, and for every officer, leader, and partner who works tirelessly to bring fairness, dignity, and stability to the lives of our citizens. Bless the recipients gathered here today. May this certificate be more than paper. May it be a foundation for peace, progress, and pride in their homes and communities. Grant them strength, unity, and prosperity as they build their futures. Guide our nation's leaders with wisdom, our communities with compassion, and our hearts with justice and understanding. Help us to continue walking together in partnership and purpose, so that every family may enjoy the security they deserve. Let this ceremony remind us that when we lift one another up, we honor the very best of who we are. We ask for your continued protection, your blessings upon our land, and your peace among all our people. Amen.
Thank you very much. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again, and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. And in the spirit of the year that we are in, let me say season's greetings to each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks a significant step for 103 persons who will be receiving their certificate of comfort. It is what it says, comfort. It removes doubt, fear, and uncertainty, and instead replaces it with hope, assurance, and confidence. Today's exercise is all part of this administration's approach to good governance, where all citizens are entitled to an equal opportunity. Once again, we thank you for accepting our invitation to be here with us. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. Just before we go into our program, let me take the opportunity to acknowledge a number of people who are in our midst here this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the Honorable Saddam Hussein, Minister of Land and Legal Affairs and Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. The Honorable Vandana Mohit, Member of Parliament for Chaguanas East and Minister of the People, Social Development and Family Services. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs, Mr. Rick Javed Ali. His Worship, the Mayor of Chaguanas Faiq Mohammed. Councillors of the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, Mrs. Nisha Mathura Alaha, Chairman, Land Settlement Committee. board members of the Land Settlement Committee, Mr. Roshan Babwa, Chairman, Water and Sewage Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Anil Kamal, Chairman, Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, Mr. Adrian Barron, Chairman, MTS, Ms. Shelley Sultanti Maharaj, Chief Executive Officer, Land Settlement Agency, and executive members of the Land Settlement Agency, staff of the Land Settlement Agency, and Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs. Of course, we warmly welcome our recipients, one of the most important people gathered here this morning, the recipients for certificates of comfort, and our friends in the media. Welcome to each and every one of you. All other protocols respectfully observed. There are so many distinguished people in our audience, and that is why we respectfully wish all of you the best today as you join with us in this exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Land Settlement Agency continues to demonstrate its competence, professionalism, and people-centered approach when dealing with its clients as a good corporate citizen. Today's distribution of certificates of comfort to 103 persons are a clear demonstration of the LSA honoring its mandate. We'll get more into that a little bit later on. But for now, we are in the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, and of course, we are hosted here warmly by the Mayor of Chaguanas and his council. And to bring greetings on behalf of the Borough Corporation, let's welcome His Worship, the Mayor of Chaguanas, Mayor Fai Mohammed.
Thank you. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Through this protocol listing, it will be longer than my entire speech. I'd like to recognize the Honorable Minister Saddam Hussein, Honorable Minister Vandana Mohit, directors and members of the board of LSA, executive members of LSA, councillors, aldermen of the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. Good morning to each and every one, and welcome to the beautiful borough of Chaguanas, and God willing, the next city of Trinidad and Tobago. Today truly feels like the start of the Christmas season, because when the government begins delivering on its promises to the people, it brings the same sense of joy, warmth, and hope. As a citizen and as the mayor, it is a sigh of relief to see a government that is working for you, a government that listens, that acts, and delivers on its promises. Promise made, promise kept. This is the difference we see under the leadership of our Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar. Her commitment to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago has never wavered. She has shown courage, vision, and compassion in ensuring that every family here today has a fair chance at owning a piece of land we call home. And of course, we must recognize the Honorable Minister Saddam Hussein. Since coming into office, in his first 100 days, he made history by delivering on long-awaited Caroni land that was promised. Today, once again, he continues that legacy of service and delivery, ensuring that the ordinary citizens finally have what they were told they would get decades now. This is what good governance looks like, when we turn word into action, promise into progress, and when people's lives are transformed for the better. So as we celebrate the Certificate of Comfort distribution, let us appreciate that this is not just about paperwork or land. It is about dignity, security, and the right to call a place your own. On behalf of the Borough of Chaguanas, I say thank you to the Prime Minister for her vision, for visionary leadership, to Minister Hussein, Minister of Land and Legal Affairs, and to the Land Settlement Agency, thank you for your dedication. And to all beneficiaries, congratulations, and may this be the start of a brighter chapter for you and your families. God bless.
Thank you very much, Your Worship, the Mayor of Shogunas, Mr. Faiq Mohammed, and of course we want to wish you and your Burgesses all the best as well for the Christmas season coming up. Thank you very much for your warm hospitality here this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs and also the Land Settlement Agency. And also may I take this opportunity to warmly welcome, please welcome Mr. Barry Padarat, Minister of Public Utilities and Minister in the Ministry of the Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. And like I mentioned earlier on, the Land Settlement Agency continues to demonstrate its competence, professionalism, and people-centered approach when dealing with its client. I remarked, as a good corporate citizen, today's distribution of certificates of comfort to 103 persons are a clear demonstration of the LSA honoring its mandate. Ladies and gentlemen, for opening remarks, let's welcome the chairman of the Land Settlement Committee, Mrs. Nisha Mathura Alaha. Please welcome her.
Good morning, everyone. I want to extend a warm welcome to everyone taking time out of their busy day to attend to our Certificate of Comfort ceremony. We're hoping the first of many. I stand on all of the protocols. Thank you to all of the ministers for attending our ceremony today. The most important people here, I reserve the warmest welcome, and that is the recipients of the certificates of comfort, which we have managed to quickly process. It's only 103 today, but I want to give you the assurance that we will be having more of these, and hopefully by the end of it, no one should be without some sort of tenure regularization. It gives me great pleasure as the chairman of the Land Settlement Committee to warmly welcome you this morning to our Certificate of Comfort distribution ceremony. To all the 103 Certificate of Comfort recipients today is a day of hope, recognition, and a promise that was given. It's a bit late, but better late than never. Yes, it's a new administration, and we are going to make every effort to deliver on all of the promises given. It marks the beginning of your journey towards secure tenure, peace of mind, stability, and the opportunity to build a better life for yourselves and, of course, your families. A little bit about the Land Settlement Agency. The Land Settlement Agency was established under the State Land Regularization of Tenure Act of 1998. And it was a law that was created with a clear intent and a very noble purpose: to regularize squatters and tenants in occupation of state lands, and to improve the living conditions and welfare of citizens across Trinidad and Tobago. While the Act defines regularization as a process involving both infrastructure development and tenure regularization, to us at the Land Settlement Agency, it means something even deeper. It's about the people, the families, the foundation to improve their standard of living, and ultimately to achieve what every person hopes for: a brighter, more secure future for yourself and, of course, your children. One of the most important ways we can make that vision a reality is through tenure regularization. Now, that's a big word, saying that at the end of the day, if we do our job, you would become the owners of the land that you have long occupied. The process, it is a process, and this process transforms informal occupation into full legal property ownership. And it was meant to be a three-step process. The first step, or step one, is the granting of the certificate of comfort. This is where it all begins. It gives you protection from removal from the land that you occupy and formally recognizes your right to stay and to be part of the process. Step two is the statutory lease, and this should grant to you a 30-year period, interest-free, to complete the highly subsidized payment for your lot. Let me reiterate that the statutory lease gives you the opportunity to become the landowner by paying only 25% of the open market value of your allocated lot over 30 years with zero interest. That is what was promised and was stated in our policy. And yes, for those of you that wish to complete payment before the 30-year period has lapsed, you will be afforded the opportunity to do so and to move on to step three. Step three, of course, is the deed of lease, and this is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to give you a 199-year title that gives you full ownership and all rights and protections. Those rights include constitutional rights as legal landowners that come with it. This process isn't about documents or the piece of paper that you would have been given today. It's about transformation. It's a journey from a life of uncertainty to empowerment. It is about turning temporary occupation into a generational opportunity. You would have noticed that I would have said that this act was passed in 1998. I did the maths, 2025, it's 27 years have passed. When we were first appointed, I was worried that all the certificates of comfort would have been given out, all of the lands would have been given out, and we would have had not much to do. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I wish to thank you for your patience and the anxiety you would have suffered having been in occupation and not having any secure sort of tenure. I want to assure you that under the leadership of our Prime Minister, and definitely we now have our Minister Saddam Hussein, Minister of Legal Affairs, who is young and sprightly and definitely energetic and is eager to accomplish everything that that piece of legislation had intended. The certificate of comfort provides each of you with a personal right of protection from ejectment. It does not create ownership, but it represents something just as important. It is a promise or a pledge from the state that you will not be displaced and that your occupation has been recognized. You are officially on the way to owning your parcel of land. So it comes with 3 guarantees. You will not be displaced, as I had mentioned. It affords you an opportunity to be relocated if we need to do so. And perhaps the third and most important one is that it provides a clear path to land ownership. I want you to keep your certificate of comfort that you would have received today safe. Keep it away from any flood or rodents. Keep it in a safe place in your house. It has a new look. Our minister has been redesigning grants across Trinidad and Tobago, so our certificates of comfort also have a brand new look. Do not laminate it. Keep it safe in your property because you will definitely have to use it when we need to convert your lands to a deed of lease. I wish to ask you also to partner with us. Partner with us at the Land Settlement Agency so that we could achieve our mandate. When we allocate your lots or when we give you a certificate of comfort, try not to interfere with the boundaries, because when you interfere with the boundaries, then it means that we have to resurvey, and we will definitely delay in being able to give you your deed of lease. Treat your neighbors well. Cut the grass. Help us cut the grass and keep your property clean. It's less monies and monies that could go towards actually giving you your deed of lease. So our broader vision and this work is not just about land, it is about nation building. When we regularize families, we strengthen communities. When we strengthen communities, we fortify the nation. To our recipients, this certificate of comfort is more than just a piece of paper, I want to assure you. It is a peace of mind. It is an assurance that you are recognized and it is a key that opens the door to a much more secure future. Let us continue on this journey together from certificate of comfort to statutory lease and hopefully deeds of lease. On behalf of the Land Settlement Committee and my very energetic and committed committee members, the executive management of the Land Settlement Agency, and our newly revitalized employees of the Land Settlement Agency and the staff, I want to extend a heartfelt congratulations to you, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's show her a bigger round of applause. There is nothing I will add to that except to say that I feel comfortable for all of you in receiving your certificate of comfort. Tonight you can sleep peacefully after receiving this because you know this is a government that cares and it delivers promises made, promises kept. Thank you very much for the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, when you came in, you heard the beautiful sounds of Parang, and of course we are into the season of Christmas. But that was a track being played. Now we've got the real stuff for you. And in terms of breaking the monotony of the speeches, ladies and gentlemen, children will take the spotlight for an selection, a musical performance. It's by the band Las Estrellas de San Juan. Put your hands together and welcome that band for a musical treat.
La lente se sai passonare, papagayo questo savino risvare. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo, la promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo, la promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. La promesa ya se ha cumplido. Acatando la ley, José y María salen de Nazaret, rumbo a Judea. Acatando la ley, José y María salen de Nazaret, rumbo a Judea. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya ya se ha cumplido. La promesa ya se ha cumplido.
Acababan de llegar y María encinta. Quería dar a la luz y no había posada. Acababan de llegar, María encinta. Quería dar a la luz y no había posada.
Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. La promesa ya se ha cumplido.
Por fin encontraron un humilde establo. Crían a los amigos, nació el sagrado. Por fin encontraron un humilde establo. Crían a los amigos, nació el sagrado.
Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. La promesa ya se ha cumplido.
Lai, 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 lai.
Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai.
Lai, lai, lai. Puedo ver un ángel ante los pastores, avisando a la llegada del rey, señores. Puedo ver un ángel ante los pastores, avisando a la llegada del rey, señores.
Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. La promesa ya se ha cumplido.
Acto seguido, guiados por el astro, los tres reyes magos entran en el establo. Acto seguido, guiados por el astro, los tres reyes magos entran en el establo.
Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. Nuevas, traigo nuevas del cielo al mundo. La promesa de Dios ya se ha cumplido. La promesa ya se ha cumplido. La promesa
Ya se ha cumplido,
La promesa,
ya se ha cumplido.
la promesa,
Soy la pregonera,
la promesa,
importante del cielo.
la promesa,
La, la, la,
la promesa,
la, 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 la.
la promesa,
La, 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 la.
la promesa,
Ya se ha cumplido,
la promesa.
ya se ha cumplido.
No, it's contagious. I didn't know I was doing that. Let us give them a bigger round of applause, especially the kids. And certainly the tradition of parang is in good hands. They're coming back a little bit later with some more of that in our program. Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker brings tremendous foresight and objective to this initiative being executed here today. Through dialogue and discussion, consensus and compromise, in just 7 short months, 103 persons are today beneficiaries of his commitment and dedication to social inclusion for all, regardless of one's standing in society. For the feature address, please join me in welcoming the Minister of Land and Legal Affairs and Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Saddam Hussein.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chairman. His Worship, the Mayor of Chaguanas, Councillor Faik Mohammed, Minister of Public Utilities and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honorable Barry Shiva Padarat, MP, the Minister of People and Social Development, the Honorable Vandana Mohit, MP, Council members of the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, Chairman and other members of the Land Settlement Committee, Nisha Alaha, Ken Ramnarain, Lee Dharam Singh, Sharilan Pamphil, and our legend, Dr. Alan Sami. The CEO of the LSA, Mrs. Shali Sultanti Maharaj, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs, Mr. Rick Javed Ali, members of other state enterprises and agencies, staff of the Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs and the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, the beautiful recipients today of these certificates of comfort, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media. Firstly, I'd like to greet everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Much better. Today's function, on behalf of the government, led by Kamala Prasad Bisesa, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, signals a new dimension in the governance of Trinidad, one in which the approach is from bottom up rather than top bottom. Far often, governments and politicians are accused of only being at the top level. Today, this commitment by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa ensures that we take care of the most vulnerable in society by giving you this particular document, which signals that level of comfort, that you have a place to occupy as your home. And this policy did not stem from only today, but it came from the year 1998, where the then Honorable John Humphrey and also Dr. Alan Sami, and I want to ask Dr. Alan Sami to please stand as we acknowledge his contribution to the LSA, were responsible for the passage of this piece of legislation which deals with the state land regularization of tenure. And Dr. Alan Sami served as the first chairman, in fact an executive chairman of the LSA, ensuring that we can take care of the most vulnerable. But it was only Mr. Humphrey and Dr. Sami. It was our very own Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, who pioneered this piece of legislation, as she understood the most vulnerable in society. Because as an attorney in private practice, many a times she would have ensured that she fought pro bono, which means free, in court, for persons who were at risk of being evicted from their lands. And she took that fight from the courtroom to the parliament to ensure that this right is entrenched on the most vulnerable in Trinidad and Tobago. And I think we must acknowledge the contribution of our Honorable Prime Minister. And the parliament records will show that she would have been one of the persons to contribute towards these amendments in the parliament on the 21st of September, 1998. Promise made since 1998. Promise kept in 2010, 2015. and promises being kept again in 2025 and beyond. And this issue is a real one which must be addressed in terms of squatting. And it is our intention as a government to improve the lives and the livelihood and the living conditions of all citizens, including squatters. And the absence of a COC brings about severe hardship and uncertainty to citizens, particularly where children and the elderly are caught in the displacement process. Today brings hope, just as Christmas brings hope, reassurance, and the promise of a better tomorrow for all 103 recipients. This demonstrates the commitment of our government in returning social inclusion, dignity, and economic prosperity for all of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. As a government, we did it on the 12th of August 2025, where in 100 days in office, we were able to deliver 200 residential leases to ex-Caroni workers who have waited almost 20 years for their leases. And then again, on the 16th of October 2025, we delivered another 100 leases to those ex-Caroni workers. Promises made, promises kept. And the chairman would have explained some of the benefits that goes along with this certificate of comfort in terms of giving you that level of security so that no one can unjustly eject you from that piece of property, that tonight you can rest comfortably knowing that you have a certificate of comfort maybe under your mattress or under your pillow. But I am going to ask my colleague, and he has worked very closely with us in terms of the Caroni lease distribution, my colleague MP Barry Patteret, who is the Minister of Public Utilities, to ensure that in those areas that we have proper supply of water and proper supply of electricity. And I want to thank MP Patteret for the work he has done so far and the work we can do again. And today brings a mix of areas because we are taking care of all of Trinidad and Tobago, because we said when UNC wins, everybody wins. So today you will have recipients from right here in Chaguanas coming out of Enterprise. You will have from Pinal, you will have from Debe, you will have from Marabella, you have from Talparo, you have from Separia, and you have from Purchasetown. And this is just a few months into government. We promise that we will ensure that we take care of all of Trinidad and Tobago. And as Chairman Alaha explained to you, this phase of the process is that what we were responsible as, on behalf of the LSA, in granting you the certificate of comfort. The next stage rests with you, because when you get the certificate of comfort, you have 30 years to pay 25% of the value of the property before we can issue you with the deed of lease. Now, the deed of lease is what you can take to the bank. They get a mortgage, you can take that deed of lease, and you could transfer it to your children, and so on. That is really the security document in terms of what you can monetize or what you can get a mortgage for. So if you can afford it, you have the 30 years to pay, but if you can pay before, it gives you that level of security that you need. There has been some delay coming out of the former administration with the issuance of deeds of lease. But the wisdom of the Honorable Prime Minister in bringing all of these land agencies under this newly created Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs, we will ensure that we are going to adjust the procedures so that when you have completed your part of the bargain, which is paying for the leases, we will ensure that these deeds of lease are expedited to you within weeks rather than years. We will ensure that we keep this promise on our end. So we ask you to ensure that you can get your house and your business in order so that when you are ready, we will be in a state where we can give you these leases in a very short space of time. You all understand that? Yeah, we good with that? Thank you very much. So, today's ceremony marks just the beginning of the work of the newly installed LSA. This LSA has a lot of work to do. We are returning the LSA to the moorings of regularization. Under the previous administration, I have no fear to say the LSA was used as a political football and was subject to political abuse. Today we are bringing back the LSA to ensure that it takes care of the most vulnerable in society under the direction and the leadership of Kamla Persad-Bissessar. And I must tell you that we have an excellent board in place. And today I also want to acknowledge the work of a very hard-working CEO of the LSA, Ms. Shelley Sultanti. So again, allow me to express my deepest and sincerest appreciation to the technical staff at the Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs, and also the entire management and all members, staff of the Land Settlement Agency, who has brought this level of attentiveness, technical expertise, and persistence, and have added a tremendous value for this most successful event today. I thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Land and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Saddam Hussein. You can give him a bigger round of applause for the initiative. And now we understand the synergy and the value in marrying land and legal affairs so that issues like these does not take years in which to materialize, but within just 7 short months, we are able to distribute 103 certificates of comfort for the people and the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Promises made and promises kept. Another promise I made earlier on is that the Parang you heard earlier is coming back to perform for you. And they are just eager, lined up, and waiting. You know their name. It is Las Estrellas de San Juan. Please welcome the kids again and the musical performance. Parang takes the spotlight.
I met my best friend in Margarita, and she wanted to take me to dinner. I said dinner will be fine, but now it's Christmas time. And my table is well prepared, so I'll take him to my home instead. I gave her bread and ham together with a pastel, gingerbread, punch and come and sorry, and local work and wine went to his head, and he turned to me and said, oh yes, Trinity Christmas is the best, the best, is the best, Trinity Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best, Trinity Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best, Trinity Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best, Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best, Trinity Christmas is the best, is the best, Trinity Christmas is the best, is the best.
Then my amiga asked me to canta, and me canta just for her to baila. She said Parang music sweet, and I love this soca beat. Dancing like if she going insane, then she asks for more food again.
I give her bread and ham together with a pastel, gingerbread, punch and come and sorrel, and a local wine went to his head, and he turned to me and said, oh yes, Trinity Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best, Trinity Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best,
Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best. Trini Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best.
I tell my visitor, come meet my mama, my husband, my children, my papa. She was only Christmas high. Finally she said goodbye. When I thought she was leaving for sure, she sat down to eat some more. I gave her bread
And ham together with a pastel, gingerbread, punch of common sorrel. Hello, some wine went through his head, and he turned to me and said, oh yes, Trini Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best. Trini Christmas is the best, is the best. Trini Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best. Trini Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best. Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best. Trini Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best. Trini Christmas is the best, is the best, is the best. Is the best, is the best, is the best. Trini Christmas is the best. Kita whiskey. Trini Christmas is the best.
It is the best. I just want you to stay on stage for a little bit and of course, following that, we're going to begin the first batch of distribution. And of course, to begin the distribution process, I'd like to invite the Minister of Land and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Saddam Hussein, to firstly take a photo up with the young kids who have done us justice in terms of the parang. And of course, yeah, please, yes, the invitation. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to officially begin the distribution process. And of course, we ask the Minister of Land and Legal Affairs to please stay on stage to begin the first batch of distribution of certificates of comfort. I'm going to call the name. Please, when you hear your name, please take your time and come forward to the stage. Members of the LSA is standing by as well as other personnel to assist in the distribution process. Vijay Sukhdev. Vijay Sukhdev. And while he's coming down, I will call some other names as well. Angela Barclay. Angela Barclay. Angela Barclay. Viola de Belot. Sharon Jagrup. And you can clap as well, you know. Thank you. Sharon Jagrup. Take your time, yes. Leela Ali. Leela Ali. Sharon Jagrup. Leela Ali. Leela Ali. The next name is Sumintra Shah. Sumintra Shah. Sumintra Shah. Listra Swaby. Listra Swaby. Sumintra Shah. Followed by Listra Swaby. Jordan Ramlogan. Jordan Ramlogan. Raul Gopi. Please take your time, and I'm calling the names so the others will prepare themselves to come down as well. Jordan Ramlogan. Raul Gopi. And Raul Gopi will be followed by Leslie Span. Leslie Span. Leslie Span. And he would be followed by Utrus Standish. Utrus Standish. Utrus Standish. Dave Chattergun. Dave Chattergun. Dave Chattergun, followed by Omela Hussain and Zaid Hussain. Omela and Zaid Hussain. Gemma Kalpu. Gemma Kalpu. And she will be followed by Chandani Raghunath and Devi Ramprasad. Chandani Raghunath and Devi Ramprasad. Followed by Rihanna Indar. Rihanna Indar. After Rihanna Indar, Edward and Rohini Budu. Edward and Rohini Budu. And as we call your name, ladies and gentlemen, if you're unable to come upstage, please let us know by a show of hand, and we will certainly ask the presenter to come your way. Leonard Ocho and Ruth Ocho. Leonard and Ruth Ocho. Aikishi Griffith and Chinara Griffith. Aikishi Griffith and Chinara Griffith. Followed by Ramdev Gobardhan Jaikaran. Ramdev Gobardhan Jaikaran. Jasmine, Ramdev Gobardhan Jaikaran. Jasmine Wyatt Balkaran. That's it? Okay. And Gladys Ryan. Chinara Griffith did. Okay. So it's Gladys Ryan. Yes, she's coming. Gladys Ryan. Let's thank the Minister of Land and Legal Affairs for assisting us with this distribution. Yours is going to come up shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, our next batch of recipients will be done by the Honorable Barry Padarat, Minister of Public Utilities and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. Please come forward and assist us with the distribution of those certificates of comfort. Derek Cooper. Jasmine White. Derek Cooper, Cassian Mordes and Sophia Mordes. Cassian Mordes, please listen for your name. Cassian Mordes and Sophia Mordes. Glenford Holder. Glenford Holder. Danraj Sukhdev and Devki Ramprasad. Danraj Sukhdev and Devki Ramprasad. No, Glenford Holder not take. So Danraj Sukhdev and Devki Ramprasad. Roy Harry and Michelle Mordes Harry. Roy Harry and Michelle Mordes Harry. Yes. America Pope. America Pope. Michelle Mordes Harry. Nandlal Bihari. Nandlal Bihari. Gemma Douglas. Gemma Douglas. Gemma Douglas, Juliana Debidine, Juliana Debidine, Juliana Debidine, if you're unable, please, if you're unable to come to the stage, Minister, we do have someone who is unable to come to the stage, so we could present her with it. She's up there. Again, if there is anyone who in the audience who is unable to come to the stage, please let us know, and the Honorable Minister will come to you to give you that certificate of comfort. Please give her a round of applause, and of course, that's the kind of service that the LSA and Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs is involved in. Garfield Sobers and Amaryllis Sobers. Garfield and Amaryllis Sobers, and that will be followed by Jasmine Boudou. Jasmine Boudou. Yes, please hold on right there, and of course, that's your appreciation for the Honorable Ministers for going up and delivering that certificate of comfort. Minister, please return. No, you still got some more to do. So Garfield Sobers and Amaryllis Sobers. Garfield Sobers and Amaryllis Sobers. Jasmine Boudou is next, followed by Kamaldev Bagwandine and Alana Sibaran Bagwandine. Kamaldev Bagwandine and Alana Sibaran Bagwandine. Winston Bisoon and Asha Bisoon. Winston Bisoon and Asha Bisoon. Now, Winston Bisoon and Asha Bisoon will be followed by Surunarayan Ramcharan. Surunarayan Ramcharan. Surunarayan Ramcharan, you're right. Followed by Rodney Hartman. Rodney Hartman. So we've had Garfield Minister, and now we have Princess Margaret Holder. Princess Margaret Holder, but she's not here. Right, so we have Junior Peter Edwards. She is here? Okay. Princess Margaret. Just for the name, give her a round of applause. Princess Margaret Holder. And Junior Peter Edwards and Mary Edwards. Junior Peter Edwards and Mary Edwards. Junior Peter Edwards and Mary Edwards. Minister, thank you most kindly for assisting us. Give him a round of applause for assisting us in that distribution. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to call on Minister of the People, Social Development and Family Services to assist us in the distribution of the next batch of recipients for the Certificate of Comfort. Honorable Minister. Ninot Natalie Brown, Ninot Natalie Brown, Ninot Natalie Brown. She's coming, and she would be followed by Tahir Khan and Lilar Khan. Tahir Khan and Lilar Khan. Give her a round of applause. It's the first person in this batch. Tahir Khan and Lilar Khan, they are coming forward. Zelina Khan, please make your way as well. Zelina Khan. You, Zelina? Yes, okay. So please stay where you are. The Honorable Minister will come up and deliver that for you. It's a beautiful gesture of humanity. Honorable Minister, this recipient is unable to come to the stage, so she's sitting right there. The invitation is yours. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Zelina Khan, she's sitting. Give her a round of applause. She's sitting in the audience. She's sitting in the audience, unable to come, and therefore we go to her. Anne Medrano, please, you're the next person. Anne Medrano, you are the next person. And you would be followed by Jah Bharat and Michael Hussein. Jah Bharat and Michael Hussein. Once again, give them a round of applause for their hospitality, humility. Anne Medrano, Jah Bharat and Michael Hussein, they are coming forward as well. Please take your time. And you would be followed by Gita Agustini. You would be followed by Gita Agustini. Gita Agustini, yes. Aidan Manik, UNX. Aidan Manik, UNX. Aidan Manik, please come forward. And Aidan Manik will be followed by Sharon Ann Cupin. Sharon Ann Cupin. Okay, she's not here. Agatha Fraser, she's here? Okay, please, Sharon is here. Sharon Ann Cupin is here. Thank you very much for that. Sharon Ann Cupin. And she's going to be followed by Agatha Fraser. Agatha Fraser. Agatha? Yes? Yes. Mukesh Hajari and Sumati Hajari. Thank you. Mukesh Hajari and Sumati Hajari. And you are going to be, yes, please come forward. And you are going to be followed by Krishna Maharaj and Mahade Maharaj. Krishna Maharaj and Mahade Maharaj. Minister, thank you very much for assisting us. Give her a round of applause for assisting us with this batch of recipients for the Certificate of Comfort. I just want to we have more coming up. Please stay where you are. Remember as well, if you're in the audience and you did not hear your name, please stay back, and the officials from LSA will ensure that your Certificate of Comfort is provided for you before you leave these premises. Not maybe something went wrong with the registration there, but it is here and you will be attended to. Do not leave just yet. Of course, let me call on the mayor of Chaguanas, His Worship, to assist us with this batch of Certificates of Comfort. Jiraiya Ramkisoon, please come forward. Jiraiya Ramkisoon, please come forward. Jiraiya Ramkisoon, and again we ask, if you're unable to come to the stage, please stay where you are. Jiraiya Ramkisoon, yes. And she will be followed by Geneva Berkeley. Let's give the mayor a round of applause in terms of assisting us with this delivery. Ralph Wilson and Nadian Wilson. Okay. Is Clovis Ball here? Clovis Ball. Okay, so Ralph Wilson and Nadian Wilson. Francis Rambarak and Krishna Rambarak. Francis Rambarak and Krishna Rambarak. And he will be followed by Punauti Ramdat. Punauti Ramdat. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for assisting us in this distribution. Please give him a round of applause. And I'm going to kindly invite Mrs. Nisha Mathura Alaha, the chairman of the Land Settlement Committee, to join us on stage for a presentation to a batch. Bishram George, he's coming up as well. The other person, Dolly Gangya Ramcharan. Desmond Gibode. Desmond Gibode. Bishram George. Dolly Gangaram Charan, followed by Desmond Gibode. Is Desmond Gibode here? Followed by Bansilal Sukbir. Bansilal Sukbir. And Indarde Hari Prasad. Indarde Hari Prasad. Veronica Samuel Bailey. Veronica Samuel Bailey. Veronica Samuel Bailey. She said, "You want to please stay? We'll bring it for you." So Veronica Samuel Bailey is in the audience, and once again we do the needful. We'll come to you. Thank you very much for reaching out to her. Dayanan Mangal Singh and Agnes Mangal Singh. Dayanan Mangal Singh and Agnes Mangal Singh. Thank you very much for assisting us with this presentation, Mrs. Nisha Matura Alaha. Thank you most kindly. Ladies and gentlemen, we move to another batch of distribution, and of course we call on the stalwart, the Vice Chairman of the LSA, Dr. Alan Sami, to assist us in doing this distribution. Please give him a round of applause. Indrauti G. Siawan. Indrauti G. Siawan. Indrauti G. Siawan, she's coming up as well. And while she's coming up, Radhika Karapan. Radhika Karapan, please, you're next. And you would be followed by Doris Sinat. You would be followed by Doris Sinat. So Indrauti G. Siawan, Radhika Karapan, and Doris Sinat. Radhika? And she'll be followed by Doris Sinat. And I just want to remind all recipients, please, when you do get your envelopes, just check the name on it and verify that it belongs to your goodly self. because we don't want you ending up in discomfort when you're getting your certificate of comfort. Next thing you reach home and you realize you're in somebody else's property. Kenneth Suklal and Hasina Suklal. Kenneth and Hasina Suklal. And he would be followed by Owen Paul Goring. Owen Paul Goring. Owen Paul Goring here. Owen Paul Goring. To be followed by Harnarain Nangu. To be followed by Harnarain Nangu. Harnarain Nangu. All right, so there's another gentleman who is unable to come to the stage. We'd come to you. Please stay where you are. Yes. Where is he? Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for reaching out to that person. The next person is Anil Bechan. Anil Bechan in the audience, please come forward. Anil Bechan. Anil Bechan. The other person is Baldev Ramrup. Baldev Ramrup, please come forward. Hari Sirnarain and Bechani Sirnarain. Baldev Ramrup and Hari Sirnarain and Bechani Sirnarain. They're going to be followed by Zorina Rahamali. Zorina Rahamali. Hari Sirnarain. Zorina Rahamali. Zorina Rahamali, to be followed by Nazir Hussain and Lilauti Nanku Hussain. Nazir Hussain and Lilauti Nanku Hussain, to be followed by Victor Mitchell. Victor Mitchell as well. Yes. Please take your time. The next person is Macmillan J. Millington and Naomi Millington. Macmillan J. Millington and Naomi Millington. To be followed by Zyron Das and Gail Liana Das. Zyron Das and Gail Liana Das. Zyron Das and Gail Liana Das. Krisendat Ruplal and Sharmila Ruplal. Krisendat Ruplal and Sharmila Ruplal. To be followed by Gavaska Manpul. Another big name, Gavaska. Followed by Gavaska Manpul. To be followed by Tulsi Ganga. To be followed by Tulsi Ganga. Gavaskar Manpul next, and he's going to be followed by Tulsi Ganga, and then by Dave Sinat. By Dave Sinat. Gavaskar Manpul, Tulsi Ganga, followed by Dave Sinat. Dave Sinat. Dave Sinat. Vice Chair, thank you most kindly. Let's give the Vice Chairman of the LSA, Dr. Alan Sami, a big round of applause for assisting us with this. I would now like to call on the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs, P.S. Rick Javed Ali, to assist us in this distribution. Let's give him a round of applause, Permanent Secretary, as he comes to assist us with this distribution. Shirley Baldeu, to be followed by Ralph Sanka. Shirley here? Yes? She's going to be followed by Ralph Sanka. Betty Ramdat, you're next as well. Shirley Baldeu, followed by Ralph Sanka, followed by Betty Ramdat, to be followed by Shamila Phillip, following Shamila Phillip, Rambasia Rupchan. So this is Betty Ramdat, Shamila Phillip, and she's going to be followed by Rambasia Rupchan. Azim Ali and Shafira Ali. All right, so it's another case where this person is unable to come. We come to you. Thank you very much, PS, for doing the honors and reaching out to her. Please give him a round of applause. Azim Ali and Sharifa Ali. Sybil Lachman Singh. To be followed by Carmen Graham. Please be careful. Hold her hand. Carmen. And she's going to be followed by Wahida Shah Kal. Wahida Shah Kal. PS, thank you most kindly. Let's give the PS of the Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs a round of applause for assisting us with that. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we can turn the volume down on the music a little bit so you hear me a lot better. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of the official distribution of certificates of comfort. Please give all recipients a round of applause. Having said that, there may be some of you during the registration process who missed the opportunity to register. I don't want you to leave without having it rectified. There are officials from the Land Settlement Agency who are here to attend to your need. Do not leave without your certificate of comfort. It has been prepared for you. We've asked you to come here, and that is the reason why we want you to stay back. If you didn't receive your certificate of comfort, your envelope, please stay back, and officials from the LSA will attend to you. It is always good to say thanks, and of course we want to do that. The Ministry of Land and Legal Affairs, in collaboration with the Land Settlement Agency, we call it a vote of thanks, appreciation, and gratitude. The Corporate Secretary acting will do a vote of thanks for us. Let's welcome Ms. Crystal Lewis. And as she makes her way to the stage, I want you to stay in your seat after the vote of thanks. Instead of you coming up to the stage, the ministers and the officials will come in the middle of the stairway. You stand, and the photographers will come on stage. They would have the opportunity to come on stage and get the photo of all of you together with the officials. Vote of thanks, please.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols respectfully observed. So we've come to the end of our Certificate of Comfort distribution ceremony, and we know we can't leave without saying thank you to everyone who has made this event possible. Firstly, to our Honorable Minister, Saddam Hussein, thank you for your words of wisdom and encouragement, and for your deadlines, one of which made this possible today. To His Worship, the Mayor of Shogunas, Faik Mohammed, and the Shogunas Borough Corporation, thank you for graciously allowing us to use this beautiful space. We truly appreciate your generosity. To Minister Padarat and to Minister Mohit, thank you for your attendance today and for assisting us in distributing these certificates of comfort. We truly appreciate it. A special thank you to Mrs. Nisha Matura Alaha, Chairman of the Land Settlement Committee, for your continued leadership and commitment to the work of the Land Settlement Agency. To our little performers, Las Estrellas de San Juan, who gave us a taste of Christmas, thank you for adding such an uplifting spirit to today's event. And of course, to the hardworking staff of the Land Settlement Agency, thank you for your dedication behind the scenes. You've made this event truly special. Finally, to our Certificate of Comfort recipients, thank you for your attendance today. Your presence is a reminder of why we do what we do. Thank you all, and may we continue working together toward a future of stability, progress, and security of tenure for every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
And finally, it is my duty to say thank you very much to Ms. Crystal Lewis, Corporate Secretary, Acting Land Settlement Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, officially we have come to the end of the program. As I mentioned earlier, those of you who did not receive your certificate in hand, we urge you to please stay back. Now for the photo op, as I mentioned before, these officials will stand in the middle of the stairway. The photographers, please, you can come on stage and you arrange yourself. And of course, the recipients, those of you who can stand, please do so the photographers can get the opportunity for a photo op. So that's open to you. At the end of this, when you do leave here, we wish you safe traveling journeys back to your destination.